get it. Good evening, and welcome back to another edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. I am your host, the one and only talent, El Idolo Deportivo Taylor. This is another Fuego day in the hottest city in the world, coming at you live and direct from South Florida. It is, what's today? January 20th. It's about 11 o'clock at night. We started dumb, crazy late. Listen, we started 3 hours late. We got a 3-hour show. We gonna see how that shit go. You already know. We already know. Listen, hope you guys get your rolly roll on. Get your sippy sip ready. Listen, you understand. It's about to be a hell of a show. You know what we say here. Regardless of the time, regardless of the weather, it's always a blast on the MyT Sports Podcast. So we got Lamar Jackson rumors. We gonna get it. Hold on. Bring that back for the people. We got Lamar Jackson rumors we're gonna talk about. Of course, you guys, we got Blue Chew promo code give you guys out. Oh, we're gonna talk about Flip Sanders. What's the Flip Sanders, a real person? Oh, we're gonna talk about some Flip Sanders in here. We got the heavyweight, we got the UFC taking a heavy loss, taking some heavy blows, taking some heavy hits. We got our NFL picks coming up. Got the birthday shout outs coming up at the top of the show. You already know how that goes. You guys already know. You guys already know. You got anybody that has a birthday? I had a birthday yesterday. Has a birthday today. You go ahead and you start dropping those names in the comment section. You start hitting me up with those comments, right? You start dropping names, and we'll go ahead and give them a birthday shout out here on the podcast as well. If you're looking for a birthday shout out on the podcast, call in. You know what I mean? We give you a shout out too. We woof. Remember that back in the day? Like, I'm woofing right now. Actually, I'm looking like an NBA player right before a game. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Give me ready, man. I'm wilding. Yes, you know the saying. If I'm smiling and I'm wilding, well, because we got a big show still remaining for you guys, right? We got the birthday shout-outs coming up at the top of the hours. We got the divisional round of the NFL players we're gonna talk about. So of course, we're gonna make our picks before this weekend starts. Listen, we missed you last week. We ain't gonna miss you this week. We're gonna talk about the rookie of the year picture that's already shaping up. I failed this city. Slap league. Have you seen the slap league? We're gonna talk about the slap league. We have to talk about the slap league. People for the slap league. Yo, they wilding out there. We got the wild card weekend recap to still go over, and of course TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. But you know what we say here on the show, regardless of the time and regardless of weather, it really is always a blast on the MyT Sports Podcast. Hey, yo, coach, hit me up. Tell them what the motto is. You play to win the game. Hello? That's one of the mottos. Ooh, look at them John Stark highlights. Is that what they really doing here? They showing John Stark's highlights? I ain't gonna lie. I feel like one of those is a college highlight. That's not college. That was against the Miami Heat. What is this? The Fly Boys. Yeah, see, this is somebody else. This ain't John Stokes' professional career. Sorry, you guys know what happens here on my sports podcast. I always, not always, 98.7% of the times, right? Or at least somewhere between 97 and 98.7% of the time, I'm gonna have some kind of game on in the background. You always gotta catch that. Right now, I got the Knicks game. I got the Knicks versus Hawks game. Now, mind you, this game's already over. I caught it right at the end. I didn't see the score though, so I rewinded it all the way back to the first quarter. Gosh, I don't know the time I clocked out. I had to go poo-poo. Yeah, I told you guys. Wow, it's Friday. It's Friday night. I already told you. Get yourself something to sip on. Get yourself smoke on. It's gonna be a good show today. But let's go ahead and start the show off the way that we start off every single show. I already warned you guys how we're going to start this show off, and that's with the birthday shout-outs. So go ahead, if you know anybody with a birthday, go ahead and start dropping those birthday people. Look at Rick Brunson, Jalen Brunson. Almost forgot what his first name was. I have to call him Jared. Who looks like that? He could be a Jared. I'm not saying that he looks pedestrian. But he looks kind of pedestrian. Yo, DJ MyT, do me a favor while I go get myself something to work this with. Go ahead and drop that birthday beat for me. Hey. Oh, man. I know that's what I wanted to see. That's not what y'all want to see at all. I know. I guess. But you know what we do here on my. What we like to do is get a little birthday shout out to everybody that had a birthday. It's the last time we was on the air. Yeah. So what that does, that covers everybody from yesterday the 19th to today the 20th. When we come on Monday, we'll end the weekend. Right? I know you wondering, like, what the fuck is he looking for? And I really hope you find it, because I'm not distracting you guys. Right? I'm just doing my shit. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I may have heard that my plans for this weekend is being canceled. I've been looking forward to these plans for a while. To be honest with you, it's not even so much the plans I've been looking forward to than the plans with the person. This is why I should have went out last weekend instead of being lazy. Should have went out last weekend. Nah, my ass want to be cozy. My ass want to be lazy. Listen, man, I don't understand. I was enjoying myself. Enjoying myself. But I told you guys, like to go ahead and roll you up, right, or pack you up, right, or pull your sippy. Like, do whatever you gotta do to get ready, but we about to go to the show. We just let this brief a little bit. You know, saying, I don't normally people use everybody going in like 4 bars. You say, like, it's 4 bars, just go in, man, go in. Disciple Street. Philip, I'll tell you guys, I just started. So that's sorrow, to let you guys know, right? That's saving. See, you guys not even gonna be able to see that, right? But that's pure. That's sorrow in my cup, right? Let me see that. Yeah, that's pure sorrow in the cup. Yeah, look at all the notes and shit. Yeah, this is what goes on over here while I'm getting ready. This stuff that you can't see. Y'all don't want to see that. Y'all don't want to see that. Y'all business. I ain't your business, your business. Hey, yo, get the people's back up, get the fan back up there. See the family in the background? It's the brew crew right there. Only person we missing is Lewis. Lewis been an asshole lately. Trapped in the house and shit. Don't come out. Always making excuses. Tired of your excuses, B. Nah, I need a lighter. Y'all doing real. You know what I mean? You gotta light my nigga. Stop. Let me stop. Feeling myself. Still feeling myself. I'm not saying you guys to get ready. I hope you got your drink ready by now. I hope you got your smoky smoke ready by now. I hope you gathered all the birthday people that need to get birthday wishes in by now. And let's go ahead and give them a little birthday wish, right? Because, yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. But because it's your birthday, we sing happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Hey, yo, let's go ahead and get a little birthday shout out to everybody that had a birthday since the 19th and the 20th. So for yesterday's birthday, right? Yeah, we got that on there. I want to say happy birthday to my boy Michael Petrosa. Yo, my boy Mike. Happy, yo. Pull that back up. Pull that. You know what? That's what I'm missing. I just realized what I'm missing right here. Like a big shout out to my boy Mike. It's crazy thing, right? I barely ever run into Mike. It's been years I run into Mike. Like, he dropped the hit. He got mad. He dropped the hit single. Don't see him no more. And I did one day. I was at an art event, right? I think it was an art event. I think one day I'm at an art event. All of a sudden, I turn around and I'm like, "Hey, yo, is that who I say I wanna be like. I wanna be like." I'm like, yo, my boy Mike over here just chilling. Over there had his cup, sipping on his sippy sip. Just, yeah, what's going on, my guy? You know how he is. You know, cool, mean, calm and shit. Looking all dapper. Looking good, bro. You looking good, bro. Happy birthday to you, Pip. Happy birthday. Yo, I know the birthday party ain't done yet. Bring that back up. All right. Yeah. 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 With my mixed out. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. we got one more birthday to give. We got one more birthday shout out to give. We have actually one more birthday shout out to give. That's actually a birthday for today. I want to say birthday to American Brown. You know, forget your name? And I always forget your name when I'm ready to give you a birthday shout out. Like, I don't remember up until this whole entire time. And then I get to the birthday shout. I'm like, I forgot what your name is. I forgot what your real name is. But it's a former co-worker of mine. I think at CCS. Maybe. All right, but one of them places. I want to say happy birthday. I want to say happy birthday to Jamaican Brown. So let's get them both in here, right? So to Michael and to Brown, we want to say happy birthday. Hope you party hard. Hope you enjoy everything. You regret nothing. This is officially Friday, so you get your weekend at Bernie's on, and you continue to stay MyT. That's how it is, fellas. Listen, fellas, don't be afraid to moan in your girl's ear, just like that. You know, no, actually, you actually get barbaric and I'm like growling her ear. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I turned into an animal. Like, I'll straight growl in your shit. Like, I'm talking about in your ear and in the pussy. Treat that shit like it's a goddamn baby lamb, and I'm a lion, and I just caught that bitch. You know what I mean? So I'll treat you like a zebra and bite that ass like it's in Madagascar. Now, while you pausing video, don't act like a dick. Alright, so let's go ahead and wrap up these birthday shout outs. So to Michael, and again to Brown, want to wish you guys all a happy birthday. Hope you enjoy yourself. Definitely stay safe. But we know more important, you continue to stay MyT. Hey, yo, DJ MyT, do me a favor and go ahead and cut that beat. Yo, you on it today, my God. So let's go ahead and get to the first topic of the day. Right? And this is not even the first topic of the day. This is going to be the MyT topic of the day. And if you guys know, the MyT topic of the day is either the story that takes us outside of sports or a story inside of sports. And I'm like, you know what? Ain't no real easy transition to this. Or this is just some kind of a big deal. It's some big news, right? And I just have to get this out there. Currently, as I'm looking right now, my New York Knicks is down 79-71. They're gonna need this victory. They just lost to an AFC. They just lost to a. I'm about to say AFC. Taking my socks off. I'm hot. They just lost to a Southeast Division opponent when they lost to Washington the other day. I think that was on Wednesday. Right when we was live at Sharkey's. Trae Young right now, 21 points on 7 for 13 shooting. I really don't even want to go there. But for those that know me, right, then you know that I feel some type of way anytime I see the name Trae. Like, Trae Young is my modern day. Trae Young is 100% my modern day Reggie Miller. He really is. Like, exactly how you guys know I feel about Reggie Miller is exactly how I feel about Trae Young. There ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And you know what though? It builds for a good, healthy rivalry. Because to this day, I still can't stand Reggie Miller. I can't stand his voice. And if I ever catch a game with him on, I automatically have to mute it. Jalen Brunson with a float inside the lane. He misses it. Jericho Sims muscles for the rebound, gets up to Julius Randle. Julius Randle on the wing. He jumps, gets fouled. Foul Capella. Julius Randle goes back to the line. And in case you guys forgot, I just want to remind you. That's how we feel. That's how we feel here on the podcast. Like we big, we made your big bongers over here. we made your big bongers over here. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what that means. You're gonna have to get that loosened up a little bit, right? Get that hole opened up, lubricate that mother so that we can slide in there a little bit better. Let's get back to the sports, right? Let's get into our first topic. Let's get into the MyT topic of the evening, right? And our MyT topic is our topic that supersedes all of the topics. You guys see what happens here. Also, he's lucky because the topic that we're about to bring up, to be honest with you, actually, I think we still have time. Our MyT topic of the day goes out to one Alabama forward. You may have heard this already. You may not have heard this already. Very recently, basketball player for Alabama, their forward, a guy by the name of Darius Miles. Not the Darius Miles we may have grown up with if you're around my age bracket. You know, the 25-year-old age bracket. That's what people tell me. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know what they see. You know, I don't know the wrinkles. I always had the wrinkles in the forehead. You know? I mean, I guarantee if I had a couple more grades, they would be like, nigga, you know. But Alabama forward Darius Miles gets charged with murder of a 23-year-old woman that, if I'm not mistaken, if I heard the story right, I didn't get a chance to read the article yet, right? Because this is right I remember when the first initially came out. But if I'm not mistaken, like, it was, I'm not making it better, tell the story. It was somebody that caught a stray. So even if it makes it worse, that he killed an innocent bystander in his recklessness. As you can see, he's having his walk of shame. This video of his walk of shame, where they are arresting him, and you see him apologizing to his family, crying, saying to them, you know, I love you. You have no clue how much I love you. And I'm not gonna lie, my first thoughts weren't positive, weren't uplifting. You're kind of jokey. You know, I'm sorry, I can't help myself sometimes. But you kind of assholes and jokey. One, I was like, I see you crying now, but you better put that chin up, you know, and continue that gang talk you were talking about. You know, no time for tears now. Like, listen, you better rip your shirt off and start spinning the camera talking about thug life. But then I realized in that very moment, when I was joking about it, I ended up realizing it very seriously. There's a major difference between thug life and gang, right? Gang ain't thug life. Right? Like thug life was really a lifestyle. Like gang sounds like you playing game, and gang is what these new young guys is doing. And can I tell you, I have altered my thoughts on Tekashi 6ix9ine, right? And I'm gonna tell you why. Right? And he sounds like some Brooklyn nigga logic too, but it makes sense to me because I'm a Brooklyn nigga. And that was Tekashi came out and said, everybody jumped on him and said, like, yo, you know what you signed up for is street code. Yo, you know what I mean? Like no snitching. Like you try to live that thug life, and you supposed to see, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't doing it, and it's okay. You're supposed to be that gang, and you out here snitching. You ain't playing by the cheat code. If Tekashi says something real real serious, right? What's the code? Like, what codes are we talking? It's like the unwritten rules in baseball, but what codes are we talking about here? Because in that same don't snitch code that you're talking about here, isn't in that same code, yo, I don't steal from my mans. I'm my brother's keeper. I'm supposed to be my brother's keeper. I don't steal from my mans. I don't rob my partner, right? Somebody that robs from the family is just as bad as a rat. I know we've heard this because now you're taking money like this, the hard money that we all working towards. Like we all put on this. You trying to steal here? Like all you had to do is come and ask, right? So that was one. Julius Randle with the 4-point play, clanging and banging, dishing and swishing. Yo, Clyde's gonna be a tough one when we lose him. Knicks right now on 11-2 run in the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Just about 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the third quarter. They're down right now 85-89. Oof. All right, so he made a very. I wasn't even gonna talk about this today. I don't even know how I got here. But he made a very interesting comment, right? And I'm curious, like in that same code, how are you supposed to treat people that steal from you? Do they get the same benefit of the doubt that people that are loyal to you? Because that no snitching shit, right? They person got to be kind of loyal to you if you're not to snitch on them. If they're stealing from you, you have no problem throwing that person under the bus because they're stealing from you anyway. Let them have a guinea pig. Even though you shouldn't get that person anyway, because that person's stealing from you. That means that person's gonna rat on you too. So honestly, G code says the person that steals from you, right? That rat should go meet up with some cats that don't like rats. You know? And we know what cats do to rats. We talk about big cats here. Like lions and tigers and bears and like lions and pumas and cheetahs and jackals. You know, not the kind of cats you could put in shackles. No, not them house cats. No, we talking about them street cats, them alley cats. The king of the jungle kind of cats. You know what kind of cats I'm talking about. Little monkey niggas turn gorillas. You know what I'm talking about. So I realized that gang isn't thug like that. This is what I was talking about here. Because like I said, I made me wonder when Darius Miles got locked up. Like, what kind of individual is he going to be? Because my thought was like, yo, he probably going to start snitching immediately. Right? And I wonder if he's snitching just to try to save whatever little bit of basketball career that he may have left. Curious. So sincere. So, but this is what brought me down to this path of thinking was, what is the G code these days? Because if somebody is stealing from you, do they deserve your honor amongst thieves, G code, to be blessed upon them? Or do they deserve to be thrown underneath the bus because they are thieves? And they are literally taking money out of your pocket. Same scenario. Still in the street, still trying to live by the G code. How do you treat the niggas that are trying to fuck your bitch? Openly. Constantly. Out there fucking your bitch. Like, you're supposed to be your main squeezy. Now, we all know that, you know, that generally you say, yo, fuck that bitch. You know what I mean? But damn, no sideways look for at your niggas that know that's your broad? And openly smashing your broad, videotaping it, talking shit about you on camera? Where does the G code stop and where does it end? Because on top of ratting, you don't covet another man's broad, That's not just G code. That's also in the Bible. And you don't steal from your partner. That's not only G code. That's also in the Bible. It's funny how a lot of the G code like just starting to sound like some scripture shit, right? Oh, goddamn. Jericho Sims almost hit his head on the rim going after an offensive board. He didn't get that shit though, but goddamn. Trae Young with the runner, the floater, no call. The foul on Jericho Sims as he reached in and slapped him in the dick. We know how Trae Young is. You know how Trae Young is. He's. Oh, you thought Trae Young was so good, right? You know, I'm from New York, and you know what? Pop Razor, a fucking bitch. We got number 2 time. Trae Young, Trae Young, Trae Young, Trae Young. So Tekashi actually said something, right? I heard him recently speak about that. I think he was on either the dude that's now being indicted for the people smuggling, or either Jake Paul show. One of the people. Maybe it was something. Wait, I'm appalled or some shit like that. Whatever it is. So, unapologetic, whatever it didn't even. What show was it? Maybe it was the Jake Paul show. I'm hearing him talk. At first, I was like, I'm gonna turn this shit to football. I don't want to hear that distract. Now it's like, you know what? Because I'm not really interested in. See, this is a great thing about it, right? I'm not really interested in Jake Paul or Tekashi. But in a weird way, I'm curious what the fuck are these two niggas talking about. So I said, I'm like, okay, you know what? Sit down and listen. I'm listening. I'm like, okay. And this is what 6ix9ine is talking about. Right? Like when all the other braggadocious broken gay shit he was doing, right? Like he was kind of making this look a little bad for us when he first came up. But nah, like on some serious shit. He was like, yo, niggas is robbing me. Like openly stealing money from me. And those niggas I'm supposed to stay loyal to? Like that's the nigga I'm supposed to spend 20 years in jail for? Niggas is out here fucking my broad. Right? Like and then she coming home and kissing me on the mouth. They violated on tape, joking about that shit. And she coming home, hockey king. This is a wedding gag. I'm gonna buy these niggas jokes. This is also stay loyal to? Fuck out of here. That's also cuz. If you know the history probably of 6ix9ine, probably the reason why they treated him like that, because he was really never that street nigga, you know, like he came up and then started, hanging with some people probably shouldn't have, and they kind of influenced him the kind of wrong way, and then to stay in there, he started acting like a real thug because he thought that's what rappers was doing. And he let some thug niggas really influence him, and they used him. And if people are using you, why the fuck do you have a sense of loyalty to the people that use you? So I have a different thought pattern about that. So now when I hear people talk bad about Tekashi 6ix9ine, there's actually a real open debate that we need to have. So I'm curious of how many of these people are saying, like, nah, I ain't gonna snitch, fuck that. Then, listen, it's not really snitching. I mean, at that point in time, you're not just being a fool, you're a new fool. Because the writing on the wall is that the people that you're trying to be loyal to ain't loyal to you. That's not a G code, that's a dumbass code. It's a duh code. Alright. Loyalty begets loyalty. Niggas ain't loyal to you, there's no reason to be loyal to them. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing 20 years to niggas that I know is stealing from me or smashing my broad. Like fuck that. Like I'm listening, if I'm going out for 20, guess who about to be beside me? These niggas and that bitch. I wonder, as we talking about jail time, right? Not Offset. Who the fuck? Young Thug, right? Is it Young Thug? Who was this? Hold on. He tried getting a perk slip to him in jail. Hold on, perk slipped to him while he was while in court. Let's see. Okay, damn it. Let me see. Rapper perk slipped while in court. Young Thug allegedly handed drug pill while. Yep. There we go. Alrighty. So you guys take a chance to. I know. Listen, this one's not even sports now. Like, actually, we started sports. Now we're in the rap category. But this is what happens. Like this is the mighty topic of the day, right? The difference between what's the G code versus thug life, or gang, I should say, versus thug life. Now, granted, Tekashi made some sense to me. That is like what he said had some real truth to it. Like, I'm sorry, like those niggas don't deserve your loyalty. Now, this Young Thug shit, right? That's funny. That's funny to me because he got snitches all over his camp, right? Gang. But he got some loyal people with him as well. But how bad is it though? How bad is it for you that you're like, yo, I'm gonna need a perk right now. Like, slip me a perk, hand me a perk while I'm sitting here in court on trial at the desk. You walk by and like they slip me some shit, act like hey. And I'm like, yo, Young Thug, why ain't you hurry up and you know what I mean? You gotta be kind of slick with it, like the Miami Dolphins head coach. You gotta what? It's what? I gotta get in a play. Jet sweep. We don't have a jet sweep here, sir, with the Dolphins. Penalty. Oh my goodness. I can tell y'all, man, if I'm wilding, then I'm smiling. Or if I'm smiling, then I'm wilding. Either way, you know, we having a good day. We gonna have a good day. You gonna enjoy the rest of your night. You gonna enjoy the rest of your damn night. You hear me? So yeah, Young Thug's boy literally tried to slip him a perk while he's in court on trial in front of deputies, the court, the plaintiff, his mama, God, and the scales of justice. Then they apprehend, right, the runner, the helper, the mule, the dumbass, and they find Percocet. They find weed in like a seasoning packet, right? I'm like, yo, first of all, why y'all let him bring in lemon pepper seed? Like, that look a little suspicious. This a little suspicious. That a little suspicious. Like, I don't know what kind of courtrooms you guys go to, but I don't know about y'all. But the courtrooms I happen to attend, you have to go through some kind of metal detector, right? Take your bag out, put it through the little thing, right? You have to do all that just to get inside. Who allowed this? Is it because of the man purse? Or these guys carrying the man purses these days, and that's why they get away with carrying that satchel, whatever they want to call it. Right? They carry the little man bun on their hip. So maybe right? Like so I wonder if like maybe like they didn't have to fully empty his pockets right? He just had to kind of like slide the purse through the scanner. Like I'm just assuming because I go there. I'm like, yo, here goes my lighter. Like here goes a pen. Here goes my phone. Like here goes my number. Like here goes my sign. You know what I mean? like seriously, like I'm emptying up everything. So I'm wondering, like, how did he go there and have like a Vaseline jar that they didn't check? They didn't think looked suspicious. A seasoning bottle with weed stuff that didn't look suspicious. Like, how did he smuggle all this? Or did he walk up in there like, hey, yo, shorty, you know who I is? Yeah, let me just go ahead and slide through real quick. You feel me? And she was just like, go ahead, baby, go ahead. So it even had to be Satchel. He used this clout, or somebody really dropped that ball at the front desk. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if I'm head of security, right? Yeah, I said it like that. If I'm head of security, I'm checking the film of when he entered. I want to see how this man was checked. Thank you. You know what I'm getting in here. What we got here? Not what I want. Ooh, I'm telling you. I'm gonna stay positive. Going to an art show tomorrow. It's gonna be a hell of a night. It's what I've been looking forward to for a while. Ooh, whatever dastardly fiends have been out there lately. Listen, we talked about Alabama. We talked about gang. We rolled up on Young Thug out here. That was just crazy. That one was just wild to me. I'm sorry. That one was just wild to me. He just did it blatantly, like nobody was gonna notice. And I guess he must have just got to the point where there's no real easy way to do this. So I'm just gonna have to slap. But nah, you know what you do? You know what you do? You go outside and you slide it to his lawyer. That's what you do. You're supposed to slide it to his lawyer. His lawyer slides it to him. And then when he's drinking his water, right? He has it like right. He's drinking his water. He puts it right here, right? Drinks his water. You know what I mean? Let's call it a wrap. Y'all fuck that up. You always give it to the lawyer. I forgot whatever rapper I seen recently. I seen an interview of him. I forgot who it was. This is an old interview, but it was like, yeah, I could go for a perk right about now. Like, yo, you want one? And the next thing you know, he's like, yo, kind of itching right now for one. Like, and then this is like, I ain't no addict. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I need one. I was just asking if you want one. Like, nah, Pimpin', you was kind of over there with the, hey, yo, man, I don't know if I can make it in here, man. You was on your New Jack City shit. We seen you, Pookie. Sorry to all, no offense to all the Pookies out there. I'm sorry. I can't say that shit with a straight face. My all Pookies out there. Oh, you white lips strung out. Let me stop joking. I don't even. I'm stop. Let me stop. Woosah. Let's get into some sports, man. Let's just get into the sports. Like, we got some big shit to talk about. First of all, things first. Like, since we talking college, right? Since we was talking about college players anyway, a video surfaces recently of one coach prime time. Yes, Deion Sanders. He's back in that news. He's back in the news. But can I tell you? Can I tell you? No, stop. I'm out of it. Really. Let me holler at you. No, seriously. Seriously. Since Coach Prime has gone into coaching, have you realized how often we talk either about him or his program? Well, it is really remarkable. But also, you know what? It's not because we're not just talking about him because it's Coach Prime. Because Coach Prime is doing big things. RJ Barrett with a 3. Because Coach Prime is doing big things, right? We hear about this big things. He's doing big things. So there's a video that surfaces of Coach Prime, and you hear in the background a little flip song, a snippet of the little flip song on repeat. Flip, 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 right? Sorry, I had to remember this. That's not how he was in it. I was just remembering my club days. Yeah, I think I was like 42 when that song came out. Took my ass off. But so you see Coach Prime, he's popping that little flip song, and then you see this, and then from a video y'all had, and then the video cuts, right? I can't remember see in the game. Hold on, so I'm taking it to quicks. No, that's Deuce McBride with Obi, Hartenstein, RJ, and somebody else. Deuce McBride, RJ. Oh, IQ, Emmanuel. Every time I see Emmanuel's name, right? IQ. Y'all remember that old softcore porn star, right? She's making all those porn movies, those softcore porn movies. Emmanuel. I remember that shit. Ooh, yeah. See, you know what? I'm gonna make that into a Facebook. Like, if you don't know who Emmanuel is, he's too young for you, bro. I shouldn't say that. Because I be like, oh, not that. And that's gonna like eliminate half the people that I have became familiar with over the last 5 years. I guarantee a bunch of them don't know who Emmanuel is. I'm in a different era now. I'm even thinking about changing careers again. Somebody said something to me today. It's almost like she was reading me like a book. Like, I really just don't like accounting work anymore. That shit is like, I'm efficient at it. I'm just not fast. And these motherfuckers want you to be fast. I'm just not fast, B. Like, you have efficiency or you gotta be like, some people are fast and efficient. I'm just efficient. That's all I am. Like, I'm good at what I'm doing, not fast at what I do. I'm gonna apply to the post office again. Sorry, I'm watching the Atlanta Hawk girls throw T-shirts into the crowd. Which, did I finish my train of thought yet on this? On what I was just talking about? Nah, we gonna finish that. We gonna finish that up and then we'll come back. It's about this Hawks game. Right? They had some real lucky people in their arena today. We're gonna talk about that in a second. So you see Coach Prime, he's over here jamming to that little flip song. Flip, 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 right? And next you know, the screen cuts. And you see and it cuts to some. I think I want to say it's either auditorium or like somebody in the bleachers in the auditorium, Somebody jumps and is like, "Yo, Coach Prom, we want to bring our luggage to your school." And next you know it goes. So you know what? Actually, this first topic of the day is actually brought to you by only because I don't think that's it. What you say, but I don't think that was it. That wasn't the right one. That wasn't the right one. Let's see, where are we at? Where is this one new one? What's this new one? Is it this one? Nope, it's this one. Why do I have that many of them? Here we go. Alrighty. This. See, you guys are teased. I teased you guys. This first segment of the day is what you
in Florida. Florida man decided to bring an alligator when they were making a beer run. Okay.
So, damn, New York Knicks now down by 8. 8.5 minutes to win the game. I didn't even explain to you what the sorrow was. It's a root. Boil it, make a drink out of it. Put some white rum in there, some vodka, whatever you like. It's a natural diuretic for you. Like sometime in the middle of the night or tomorrow morning. Like that first morning is going to be. Let's continue. So the screen cuts. Right? Prime time, flip. Screen cuts. Yo, coach, want to bring your baggage to your school? Atlanta Hawks on a 10-0 run. Knicks down by 12. Jalen gets fouled. And the reason why this is a Florida man topic, not just because Coach Prime Time played for a Florida team. He went to the U, right? Yeah, he did. And if he did, this makes his double thing because he stole a player from the U. He stole the number one cornerback from the University of Miami. That guy is now going to the high altitude to Colorado, where he's gonna have an advantage of playing at high altitude, training wise. I just know people play down, but training wise, playing at high altitude the whole entire time. When he comes out, he's gonna be a better runner. He's gonna be a better player. He's gonna be a faster player. And listen, I've trained in high altitude in Germany. Like, listen, there is a difference. There is a difference. But once you get used to it, you do come out a better player. You're like, yo, I can do this all day. Like, this is when you smoke 2 cigarettes before you go on a run, and then as soon as you run, like, I need some air. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You put all of that. Oh my God, you so bad. Jesus, what is wrong with us? Now I don't smoke no more. She'll kill you. Damn, it's gonna be a tough one. See, this is what I'm worried about. All right, so let's continue. Okay, I'm starting to feel everything. So yes, Coach Prime steals the number one cornerback, right, in college. All right, number one recruit coming into college, gets him in Colorado. Not only was he the number one player, he was number one cornerback. He's also ranked the 12th best player, right, or number 12 in the whole entire big board. So yeah, they got themselves a bona fide fast, and this is already this is the Coach Prime effect. This is what. See, I ain't gonna lie. happy for Prime, but he could have kept on doing this at the HBCU. He could have gotten this same guy to come to his HBCU because it's about learning from the best DB in the game ever. The bona fide game changer. Prime time. You understand? Defensive back, special teams. All it. Like all of, we're talking about all of it, B. Like that was him. And when he went to your team, he became a championship contender. And you generally even won a championship. If I'm not mistaken, Primetime went from San Francisco one year, won a championship, then went to Dallas the next year to help them win a championship. Don't get it twisted. Those teams they be talking about, that's Primetime. Yeah, that's Primetime. I'm sorry, that's how I'm calling it. Damn. Is Clyde going home already? Or was that earlier? You see Clyde taking the long walk up the stairs. Yo, he's a legend. You see all the Knicks fans in Atlanta. They're taking video of Clyde walking. Yo, Clyde got a jacket like I do. See, man? That's what I'm talking about. Clyde got good taste. Be loving those jackets. I need a new one pretty soon. Hey, yo, let me start thinking about it. Positive vibes, positive vibes, positive vibes. Art show, art show, art show. We will be going to an art show. So definitely big shout out to Coach Prime for him to continue to do what he does, right? Just wish he was doing at HBCU. But I hear the complaints that they're talking about. This is why it takes the people of your caliber, like Coach Prime's caliber, Ed Reed's caliber, to get those things changed, to really bring light to, hey, yo, like this ain't happening. But also to be the person with the big enough name to be able to bring the players there on a consistent basis, so that now they're the ones that are negotiating from the position of power versus trying to take the small piece of the cake from the big school when they're coming to play them. Like, these are the things I thought he was going to try and change. I'm not gonna lie. This is when I hear that Coach Prime was going there for the long haul. This is what I had imagined. Or going to HB. This is what I imagined. This is what he made it sound like. At least to me. Right? At least to me, this is, oh shit, you see you Pip. Is he fishing? Oh, but like these are one of the things. And then the next year would have made, have Ed Reed come in there, and then now you competing with Ed Reed and his, you know what I mean? Then you get hopefully, you never know, Ray Lewis that pops up, but Ray Lewis already got his television gig, right? So he ain't gonna do that. So everything that he's doing now, I thought he was, and he could still be doing it at HBCU. And I thought that he had a long-term plan for HBCUs to make them as big as the power conference divisions. Listen, also I can understand if part of him leaving was the frustration of all of the backbiting and things that was going on. But that also shows me that I'm sorry that he's not willing to persevere to be the mantle for that. He's not willing to be the Jackie Robinson of the HBCUs and say like, hey, I'm gonna stick through the name call, I'm gonna stick through the thievery, I'm gonna stick through this, and I'm gonna plant my flag here and make sure that we do become this. Nah, that's the dude that likes the movement and runs the first time. Like, hey, that's what it gave off. Like, I really hate to talk about it like this, right? But this is where the frustration came from. This is where the backlash came from. Like, we understand that there are humps and there's gonna be trials and tribulations and issues. Who thought it was gonna be easy? See, you think those gonna walk in there on prime time, coach, and this is gonna be easy, and everything's just gonna fall in line. Like all these cats, they just gonna fall in line. Like I'm not gonna have. He had some bumps in the road. But when things got a little too bumpy, too really bounced. Or when somebody was getting money bounced. So what he was talking about wasn't what he was really trying to be about. Or if he was trying to be about it, he wasn't trying to stick it through what could have been hard times. He just thought it was going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then he leaves the HBCU and goes to Snow Bunny U, and he's gonna be doing the same thing for them. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's from my heart. It just don't sit right with me. It really don't. I even hear Ed Reed's complain, but now it would have been Ed Reed and Deion Sanders, now both in HBCUs, talking about fixing it up and having the means and the resources to get it done. The platforms to make people know so it can be better. I know. I know, like in this stage of the career, maybe they don't want the full blown second challenge, right? Like, like it's weird. Like they talk about the challenge after football, but it seems like you don't really want that challenge. Like you want the challenge to be a little bit easier. Like, no, listen, I'm not knocking Ed Reed on this. Ed Reed could just be once again just using the platform that he has to bring light to what's going on. But like I said, this could have been Ed Reed and Deion now. One of the greatest safeties ever. Now with one of the best DBs ever. You know what I mean? And one of the greatest return men. You understand? Like what that would have started doing. Now you have both of them now. Now you would have had two schools now stealing the best cornerback and the best safety. You know what I mean? And then the second best cornerback and the second best safety. Like that would have started happening now. It would have been like, oh no, sorry, Miami, you're not getting it. Alabama, you're not getting him. Instead of just having one place for somebody to choose from, it was about to be two. And I thought that was gonna be then the trickle down effect for it to move from being two to it being four. Imagine now you got four of them. I don't know who else is gonna hop in there. Imagine now you got four of them. HBCUs, right? That turn themselves into mini power schools, right? Mini power HBCUs. Because now they see. That's what I thought. I thought this was always about a bigger picture. But he wasn't willing to go through the trials and tribulations that made other people great in those same scenarios. He wasn't really, in a week of Martin Luther King, he wasn't willing to go through his Martin Luther King trials. He wasn't willing to go through those Jackie Robinson moments. And it sucks. It sucks because you saw very quickly, very easily, like through the efforts of Prime, right? That of what it could be very quickly. Like you saw it. And he's like, damn, you jumping out already? Because he was Ed Reed ready to come. See, it should have been two. Give it 2 more years, it's 4. You know what happens when you're 4 schools that you're picking from? That's like saying, oh, okay, who are we going to pick from to go to the blah, blah. It's either going to be Alabama, Georgia, Clemson, or so-and-so. Now it's those 4 and Jackson and whichever HBCU, now you 4 pillars now start running. Now there's 4 of you guys there. See those guys in that makes contracts and do the television deals. They can get away with still kind of pussyfooting around one of you. 4 of you? Nah. Yeah, when it's 4 of you guys, that's a power conference. You understand what you guys are doing then? It should have been you and Ed Reed right now. Understanding it's gonna be understanding it's rough and little things happening, but that's when You come there, you use your voice, you use your platform, you lift every voice and sing, and you bring the better things. Never thought it was going to be an easy task. Thought it was going to be a memorable task, a game-changing task, a life-changing task, generational, forever-changing task. That's what I thought he was going after. I didn't plan to talk about Deion today at all. Not like this. I really didn't. I really wanted him to give him the highest of highest praise, but my heart sang out today. And I wasn't here hollering, screaming, blah, blah. No, my heart just sang out. Like because this is a little bit more serious. Like it's deeper than rap. But again, ultimately, I'm giving big shout out to Coach Prime for still being able to do what he does and getting that number one recruit, like getting that number one cornerback to come to the school and show like, yo, I got clout. Like we know you got clout. There's nobody ever doubt your clout. Nobody never doubted your clout. So now we have Ed Reed there, maybe. But now Ed Reed starts back from 1 instead of being 1 and 2. And the thing about it, Ed Reed is 1. It's not that he's a bad one. It's just that Deion was a hell of a one. And then if you would have added Ed Reed and Deion, that's like Batman and Superman teaming up. No. I'm apologizing, because the only thing I'm really upset with is that my bigger picture, and I thought Coach Prime expressed, isn't being lived up to. This is really my fault because apparently none of this is what Coach Prime said or even gave an indication of by his words. Or he could have just been using whatever he has just to justify his moment. But it sucks. It sucks. There was a lot of potential there. There was a lot of potential there. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know what Deion Sanders' coaching career is going to look like. But I'm telling you right now, if he would have stayed with the HBCU, they would have told stories about him. They would have made another 30 for 30, another documentary just about how Deion Sanders, how primetime changed HBCUs forever. Now, it's just gonna be. Now I feel like it's gonna fall more to the wayside of a footnote. Oh yeah, Prime was here. Man, he may have showed them like, hey, okay, you guys can demand this, you guys can demand that, but outside of the Ed Reeds of the world, right? What 5-star recruit is going to leave or flip schools to go to one of those HBCUs if they're not being coached by one of the best individuals that will ever played at their position? Like, there was a lot of draw from Prime. Damn, Knicks lost this one. 124, 139, 15 points. And it looks like somebody's talking to Whoopi Goldberg. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's that's 2 Chainz he's talking to. I was like, why the fuck is he talking to Whoopi like that? More drama. Grizzlies do what? Okay, time for us to switch to the Grizzlies game. What time is it? Is there even games on? No. If there's still a game on right now, okay, let's see. We still got some game left. Not available. It's just ABC, ESPN. Man, fuck you. How about that? Much time we got? Let's continue, man. Oh. You were like, oh, you just want because I don't got. He says league pass. Like, don't tell me league pass and it's not league pass. It's not league pass then. Let me go watch the best team in Cali play. Sacramento Kings. Yeah, I said it. Go look it up. They're the best team in Cali right now. Oh shit! Look at Matt Barnes. I didn't know he was doing. Oh, you know what's funny? Hey Booski, how you doing? Hey, how you doing?
I'm drunk.
You're drunk. Nice.
But Natalie and I have been trying to reach you
I've missed a couple of phone calls, maybe.
about your auto warranty. No, actually, so we decided she's coming up the weekend of April 28th.
Okay.
Now ask me why. Ask me why.
Because it's warmer then.
Ask me why.
Why?
Because Cat Williams is going to be here, and cheap tickets are cheap as fuck for like really good seats.
Oh. Interesting. For Cat Williams? You know what's funny? Like you said Cat Williams, and I heard the other short guy, Kevin Hart. So this is
So I'm gonna buy the ticket. She's gonna pay me when she can. I can do the same for you. But I haven't bought them yet because we had to talk to you first.
Yeah, I've had to turn my I've turned my phone on. I put my phone on silent the last couple of days, so I can
we know.
so I can focus while I'm at work, and it's just good. And that's what you know. Also, right? I have to get this out the way so you know this. Currently, right now, this call is being recorded for quality and assurance purposes. You're live on air.
So I'm calling about your right Corolla. No, but we both called yesterday because I texted her yesterday morning. I was like, because we talked this week. And she goes, when are you going back to work? Like, I want to come in March. I was like, March is not good because I have my goddaughter, her family coming up here, and then I'm going to Oklahoma. And then I go back to work at the end of March. And she goes, I can try February. And then I was on TikTok, and Cat Williams skit came up, and I was like, let me just look at a tour. I was like, holy shit. He's going to be here April 28th.
That's not okay.
So I told Natalie, because it's been on my bucket list. I've seen Kevin Hart. I've seen Chris Hart. Cat Williams has been on my bucket list.
Chris Rock? Chris Hart?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you said Chris Hart. You said Kevin Hart, and you said Chris Hart. I was like, Chris Hart? I was like, is that Kevin Hart's little brother? You know there's a Chris Rock and there's a Tony Rock.
Cat Williams has been on my bucket list.
Okay.
I love his specials. Fucking hilarious.
Word.
No filter.
Word.
No filter.
Well, none of them have filters, but you know, word.
Yeah. So I was like, holy shit, he's going to be here the 28th. And she goes, holy shit, I would love to see him. I was like, well, you know, when you decide when you want to fly down. She's like, bitch, I'll pick that weekend.
So I April 28th, gotcha. I'll pick that
That's
weekend.
Plenty of time to save money.
I'll pick that weekend.
And I'm gonna buy everybody tickets. They're like for really good seats, $100.
That's not bad.
That's nothing for Cat Williams.
Well, you know,
He
Cat
has
Williams.
a ton of tickets available, and I go, you know, he sold out in Atlanta and shit. But Nashville,
He
because tickets went on sale in October last year. So when I went to Ticketmaster, I'm thinking like a bunch of high prices.
Oh
no.
my god, yo.
Like 75% of that stadium is like original ticket prices.
Oh shit. No,
The
that's funny though.
cheapest
That's
being
true.
$60, and the most expensive, like front row and shit, being $250. All available.
Shit.
And I'm like, you know, he sold out in other places. Atlanta.
Oh yeah, he sold out in Atlanta. He sold out in
And
DC. He sold out in Chicago. He sold out in St. Louis.
He added second dates to those bitches.
He sold out in Miami.
But here, I feel like I'm gonna buy tickets, and then he's gonna be like, "Fuck that place, I ain't going."
No, we gonna buy tickets, and he's gonna single me out as one of the only black people there with him.
Anyways, so I need to know if you're gonna come in, because then I gotta buy an extra ticket.
Yes, I will be committing. I will be committing. I had plans. I was gonna make plans anyway, and I remember. I know I told you a date, and I was like, "Damn, it's gonna be kind of chilly around there." But April will work. It won't be too cold. It'll be kind of right in between. You'll have some cool. It'll be like winter time here. It'll be like kind of cool in the morning, but it'll be nice and warm in the daytime and shit like that.
And you have plenty of time to save money.
Yeah, I do. And plus, I don't plan on doing a lot of shit anyway, but going to the Cat Williams show and to the bar a couple of times maybe.
So I was thinking that day we hit up like Broadway.
Is that like a strip or some shit like that?
It's like Las Olas.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we go to the show. That's really the only night I'm kind of like.
Yeah, that works.
And then, you know, we gotta spend time with the kids.
Definitely, yes. Oh my god, I gotta make plans
too. Natalie, so we gotta do some nature walk.
Well, that's what Broadway is. It's outside. Listen, we're out.
I figured we go to the lake. Anyways.
Okay, we could do lake. All right.
I was telling Natalie to look at one-way flights instead of
two ways. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because so JetBlue flies out on Thursday, flies back on Monday. But like one of their tickets will be like $60, and like the coming back ticket will be like 200 something. And that's where you pick Spirit, because it's only a 2-hour flight. And as long as you pick a morning flight, if they cancel it or some shit, you'll get on a later flight. But two, you're coming for a weekend, so you're gonna have like a backpack, right?
Yeah.
No?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be something super light.
So 2 hours on Spirit is not bad. I've done it. Anyways, if you search and have your timing right, you will probably get like a ticket back and forth for like 120 or more.
Okay. I will definitely look into it because I'll get my ticket as soon as possible.
Natalie said she was going to get her ticket February 10th.
I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I'll probably end up getting mine at the end of February because I'm not gonna do it. Like, I know I'm not gonna be able to do it like right around Valentine's Day. I may be trying to make plans.
Connect with her. I'll buy your tickets just so you guys can fly up together.
Love you too much. I love you so much.
And just pay me back, and then I'm gonna go ahead this weekend and buy seats for us for the show.
Righteous. That means I'll definitely be there.
And again, just pay me whenever you can.
Great. I think make sure you have mushrooms.
Oh, my friend actually knows where to get them.
Oh, I was just joking, but now that you really can do it, yay! I'm serious now, though.
Well, probably I can probably get us on his boat and go out to the island where they like.
Oh, we could just get we could just get truffle butter for free.
And, yeah.
Okay. Shit.
Alright, I gotta go. I love you.
Love you too, Booski.
Connect with Natalie. She's been trying to reach you.
Oh, well, I'll call over.
Your auto insurance.
I'll call over the week about my warranty.
Alright, bye.
All right, bye. Yeah, we did that. Listen, and the thing about it, it was funny because I almost called her earlier today. I had in my house to call her while on the air. I'm trying to see what she was trying to call me for. I think I missed 2 calls from her. I was like, okay, we gotta see what's happening. And no doubt, this has made it super easy because now I already know what dates I'm looking for, what time frame that we're heading towards, and how we gonna do this. Oh yeah, this is making things real simple. I'm enjoying this one. I'm enjoying this move. I'm in a big mood for this. So listen, I'm gonna have to coordinate with old army buddy of mine, Tamika Ellis, because I have a goddaughter up there that I have to go see. It's been forever. Oh my gosh, she's a grown woman. I think she's like 22 now. I haven't seen her since she was like 2. Like, I'm curious. How often do you people see your godparents? Like, seriously. Like, how? That's gonna. Like, I'm gonna have to feel like how. Listen, that's gonna have to be like one of those questions that I post on the page. Like, how often do you see your godparents? Because I'm like, yo, what one? I don't think I rarely ever. I mean, I do remember my godmother. Rarely ever remember seeing. I both were like my godparents, but barely ever. And then as I got older, and then when I moved away, it's like no, like do them teenage years, nah, not at all. Or when I moved out of Florida, I moved out of New York, lost contact with them. But they always do have to contact me every one because obviously, my mom's kept in contact with them. Just thinking. I always feel kind of bad. I'm like, damn, I haven't been, but you know what? This is good timing. Go up to Tennessee, dun. You just heard me go up there and laugh. I may get some shrooms. I may, we may go watch, be on the lake. If I'm on the lake, I'm gonna see the Cat Williams show. Fucked up. I'm like, ayo, is his hair frailing about everywhere else for anybody? Not just me. Okay, no. I'm just trying to gauge how fucked up I am. This nigga funny as fuck, yo. I wish I could laugh out loud. Yo, you know how there's some things you can't wait for? It's like one of those times I remember like smoking weed, like that high. It's like, ooh. I know. Yeah, you gotta stop chasing that white horse. How much time we got before I have to take a break? Like a major break. We still got like 30 minutes. Okay. We got time before we have to take a hard break. Let's get back into the sports, right? We were full blown into our
Come on, camera in Florida. Florida man decided to bring an alligator with him while making a beer with him. Okay.
So Deion Sanders. I know you guys were like, damn, that's what we were talking. A lot happens in my sports podcast. We have fun, man. You guys are like, yeah, we here to talk sports, but this won't happen. You guys are here for a journey, man. That's why you puff your magic dragon and you enjoy this ride. So they get number 1 cornerback. Did I ever say his name? The number 1 pick, number 1 cornerback, number 12 all-around player. Cormani McClain, and they get him from the University of Miami to put an extra stain on it. Like he steals somebody from his alma mater. That's the prime time effect, and that's what he's going to be doing for Colorado. And you know what? If you're the Miami Hurricanes, you should be looking like, damn, he could be doing that for us. If you treated him better than HBCU community, you could look like, damn, he could continue doing that for us. Now, since we're sticking with what happened in Florida, in the world, now, who would have thought that Jacksonville Jaguars would be the last remaining Florida team left? Who would have thought? We had the three Florida teams make it. We had the 2 New York teams make it. So you know it's gonna make it interesting if 3 or 5 in my city, and then a couple other teams in between. But you realize in the playoffs, New York and Florida took up 5 spots. Yo, don't judge me on that. Took up 5 spots. I don't know what that was about. 5 spots. 4 spots. I don't care. I don't care. Oh man. So you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I think I want that. I think I want that for myself. That's gonna be alrighty. That's gonna be funny. I think I'm actually gonna get that as a clip. I don't go after a lot of clips on the podcast. But I think I'm gonna go one. I'm gonna do one here. So, yeah, who would have thought? Who honestly would have thought that it would have been the Jacksonville Jaguars would have been the last Florida team standing? Now, I did. I'm actually just kind of surprised the Miami Dolphins made it here. All right, kind of surprised that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers made it here, but not surprised that both of those teams lost in the first round. The Jacksonville Jaguars, they actually tried not to win. And before we even get there, a couple weeks ago I told you guys, right? I pointed out to you guys, if you look at the playoffs this year, right? And look at all of the teams and the quarterbacks that they have, this is the future of the NFL right here. Like I said, you saw the past of that. You had a couple of teams that really didn't have so much the future, but you know they kind of been there a while. I think Dak Prescott being one of the more veteran guys, if I wasn't mistaken, and also obviously Tom Brady. But it was weeks ago, right? And honestly, if you look at the playoffs right now and who they have, this is the future. And this is probably going to be the constant playoff teams for a while. Go back and forth however you like it. I think I just accidentally started over this Oklahoma City and Sacramento game, which not for nothing, right? I'm gonna stay here because I've been watching Sacramento for some years now, right? I know I watched Sacramento for their first 2 seasons with De'Aaron Fox. I'm trying to think how much I watched their 3rd season with De'Aaron Fox. But De'Aaron Fox has started putting up the numbers of the guy that you want him to be. It's just that his team isn't winning quite yet. But mind you, his team has the best record out of all the California teams. He just can't catch that Phoenix team right now. But they have the best record of all of the California teams. So, listen, Golden State struggling. Clippers, they've been a question mark for the 3 years they've been together, however long they've been together in Clipperland now. The Lakers, we've seen them fall apart. I don't know what De'Aaron Fox is upset about, but he's over here arguing with the ref about something. But, so, they still have a young squad. They still building. But De'Aaron Fox, he doesn't get a lot of shine these days. But if there was ever a time to talk about a young De'Aaron Fox, it would be now. It really would be. it really probably would be now. That'll probably be one of the best times to talk about him. But we'll bring that back up another time. Jacksonville Jaguars, they took on the LA Clippers, LA Chargers, right? And they beat the LA Chargers to go ahead and move on to the divisional round, really be taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. But if you didn't see that game was 27-7 in the first half. That game was one of those games that was written off as, yeah, it's a wrap. You understand? People are taking naps. Right? You understand? You still cooking dinner. Like, you know what? Let me go ahead and start getting dinner seasoned up real quick. You know what I mean? Like, if you're at the bar, use that opportunity and you go take a smoke break, or you go on a run. You know what I mean? Because you're thinking like, yo, I can come back. I ain't gonna miss nothing. And I remember talking with my homeboy Lou, right? Brew Crew Lou. You've heard of me a couple times here on the podcast. He's the unenthusiastic sports fan. He makes for horrible radio, basically. But he's great eyes to have when you're working in sports, right? Eyes and vocally, that when you're working in sports, like when you're doing play-by-play and stuff like that, and you need an extra set of eyes, like feeding you information, or just doing play-by-play commentary, like being on that too. Sports talking head fanatic, not so. Oh goddamn, shit. Oh goddamn. Oh goddamn. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw that. Shit. Oh damn. Just twist the shit out of my neck. Oh, that's gonna hurt tomorrow. I don't know what the fuck that was. All right. So the Jacksonville Jaguars, were the only team in Florida to advance. Right? And it looked like there weren't going to be any teams from Florida advance. Like I said, they were down 27-7. Talking with my homeboy Lou. You remember the first play of the second half? Second play of the second. I think it was the second play maybe. I think the first play maybe they missed or whatever, but they really got a big one with the second play. But you saw the momentum. And he's like, oh, this could be the. So he's like, oh, that could be the start of it. You never know with this NFL. But like I said, generally, you're going out and you start you're making empanadas. You know what I mean? Like you're over here start doing the pastelas for what day was this? What day was that? You're doing the pastelas for Martin Luther King Day. You're making the rotis for Martin Luther King Day. Like, just doing to get that stuff ready because you're over here thinking like, yo, this game's good. It's a wash. But yo, yes, you seen Trevor Lawrence like, hey, I see you over there celebrating Justin. See you over there getting cocky, Justin. You know what, B? I don't like that. I'm the golden boy. I'm sunshine. Fuck this. Start slinging. Yaka, 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 yaka. Look at that Patrick Mahomes drill. He was going through his drills. Next thing you know, you wake up. You're like, hey, let's score this game. Your boy wake you up. Hey, game's over. Check out the score. guys lost. Yeah, hey, what? You just look at the TV like, wait, what's this score? What? It's fine. Wait, is this real? Hold on, I need to watch some more. Make sure this ain't no prank. No, Kia player of the game. All right. Okay. They're talking to Trevor Lawrence. All right. Okay. They shit. Walking off with their head down. Shit. Oh man, players Chargers are crying. You mean that they lost? Like, oh damn. Like seriously, like that's the kind of shock like you came back to because you was like, everybody kind of checked out, right? I'm not gonna say you can't convince me that there wasn't one person that for a little while, even for 5 minutes, she was like, you know what, I can go ahead and I can take care of this real quick, or I can check out just for half a second here because it's been a while. You know what I mean? But once the momentum starts to pick up, you over here looking at you 24-3 in that second half, 31-30, Jags over the Chargers, and what that says to me, like I said, and yo. Again, these are two teams in the AFC, so they can consistently see each other. This could be a nice, not mind you, while there's a rivalry, obviously, right, in Cincinnati, between Cincinnati, Buffalo, and Kansas City, right, and those trifecta. In the other tier, you can start building a rivalry with Jacksonville and the Chargers. Like that would be something that we would like to see. Like I said, because the future of the NFL is all right here. Not so much all right here. There's a few teams that kind of just missed, right? On the playoffs. But you're gonna see them and you're gonna hear them lurking around for years, possibly, hopefully. Pittsburgh quarterback. Who else in the AFC? Because they'll probably take out replace Miami next year. You know somebody has to be replaced. Miami's gonna be the first one to go. I'm sorry. So for the most part, you're gonna see it. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Smoking Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. I'm forgetting his name. Josh Allen. Tua got a tongue twister. Like that right here is at least the future of the NFL for at least the next 5 years. At least the next 5 years. If they're able to stay healthy and have one of those long careers, you talk about for the next 10 years, here goes the future. Jacksonville, LA, Cincinnati, Baltimore, Buffalo, Pittsburgh. Trying to think who else is down there. And then we haven't even added in there yet Tua or his cousin in Cleveland. Like they're not even a part of this yet. Or even who may even we don't know. I won't even put them in. I won't even be that disrespectful. And then go over to the NFC. Same thing there. Let's say exclude. I mean, obviously not Tampa Bay, but you look at it with Dallas and Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts in Philly, Daniel Jones in New York. There goes the other one that you're not going to count outside of Tom Brady. I knew it was two of them in here. You're not going to really count or look at, obviously, Kirk Cousins. You have whoever it's going to be, whether it's Purdy or it's Garoppolo, and Geno Smith in Seattle. And Geno Smith is actually a 10-year vet at this point in time. So I can't really say he's the future. But next 5 years, Dallas, Philly, New York, San Fran, Chicago, if they can get their ish correct. Who else supposed to be in here? For young quarterbacks is what I'm thinking of. Who else are we missing in the NFC? I can't really think of the young quarterbacks. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. But even without them, there goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I said 8, 9 in the AFC. And then when you add in the NFC, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 quarterbacks, 14 young quarterbacks that right now, every single year could possibly light this league up. And if you don't have one of these 14 quarterbacks, you're trying to get somebody like one of these 14 quarterbacks. This is the next wave of the NFL. This is going to be the after TB era. And the after AR era. A whole new wave. Like, guys, when Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers goes, there may only be Russell Wilson. And Russell Wilson may be on his way out the door too. Just saying. Russell Wilson in Denver, I think their offensive coordinator got fired and they were changed out. Tampa Bay's offensive coordinator was fired and changed out. New York Jets offensive coordinator was fired and changed out. I say that because those are 3 interesting jobs to be an OC for going into the next upcoming future. Just want to put it out to Jets fans. Initially. But still, who would have thought that Jacksonville Jaguars would be the last Florida team left? Tampa Bay Buccaneers got demolished by Dallas 31-14. Then the Buffalo Bills, they waxed. I'm still gonna say they waxed the Miami Dolphins. I'm sorry, Miami Dolphins. I'm not gonna give you guys brownie points or participation awards or you don't get the attaboys here. Like, I'm sorry. The 10-point, what was it, 9.5, 10.5 point differential was this point line was completely disrespectful to a division rivalry team. Like, I'm sorry. I would have 100% made sure that I went underneath, like, and taking the points. Like, no, they're gonna cover that 10 points. Miami Dolphins will make that. They're not being blown out by 10 because it's a division rivalry game, and also you also put in a quarterback that they have no tape on. That's part of the reason why I 100% believe that if they would have went on to play Cincinnati, they're getting blown out the next round because now they have just a little bit of tape on his tendencies already. They would have went back to a lot of that same stuff, and they would have got demolished, mollywopped, skull dragged. And that's basically what happened here in Buffalo. It's just that, you know what? it stayed true to being a division rivalry game. Those kind of games, they usually stay within one score. Cincinnati and Baltimore was the same thing over the weekend, right? Let's move out of Florida for a second. Now let's talk about these two other teams, and then we'll take it up to New York a little bit later on the show. Cincinnati and Buffalo, right? Like Cincinnati had to have a miraculous goal line snuff of a stop. You understand this? Division rivalry game. Starting quarterback not there. One score game, 24-17. Baltimore was at the goal line. Quarterback sneak, trying to jump over the top and put it in. Got stuffed at the line by a defender. Not just stuffed, pushed the ball out. Next thing you know, we're talking about a scoop, and for 90-something yards, power pellets. Power pellets. Marathon. Game changing stop. Because not only was it a goal line stop, it also forced a fumble in which they recovered and also scored a touchdown on defense to put them up and close out this game. And this is a Baltimore team without Lamar Jackson. So, I get it. Baltimore fans feel like they would have won this game with if they had Lamar Jackson, and I believe them. Miami Dolphins fans feel like they would have won this game if they had Tua had a tongue twister, and you guys are liars. It would have been even worse because they would have had you. They would have had your tendencies stacked. They were ready for Tua. They weren't ready for whoever this guy was. I don't remember his name. Oh man, the beam is bright. During this 5-game winning streak, offensive rating 132.1, defensive rating 114.5, net rating a plus 17.7. I like those numbers. So I'm not that. I'm not impressed by division rivalry opponents with backup quarterbacks that hold their own in the game. I mean, that's not impressive to me. It's just as you're just as good as you look like you was just as efficient as your starting quarterback. I'm not a big proponent of that. In certain areas you can truly see the effect. In Baltimore, you can really see that effect. Like if that was Lamar Jackson on that goal line. But you know what though? This one of those times I really think like Cincinnati may have just stopped them. They probably would have ran up that same play for Lamar Jackson, go straight up the middle, and Cincinnati probably may have done the same exact thing. He took off too far. It was too far out. I don't think Lamar Jackson could have made that jump either. Lamar Jackson would have had the bounces off to the outside and taken a long slant to the corner. About to catch another flight. That's all that's popped in my head. Even if it's only from a night. I'm not trying to see if she's tight. Ooh. I spiked it a little bit more afterwards too. See, that's one of those things. Sorrow. You don't taste it. You just feel it, man. So you just feel it. That's it. You just feel it. And when you get that feeling, woo! Best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Now, can you dig that, sucker? Cause yeah, to beat the man, you gotta beat the man. So just beat it. Just beat it. I got some categories I need to add to my trivia segment. I'm gonna hit them with some Jeopardy stuff. Sports before and after. I gotta look into my cahoots. It's getting up there. I think I can make. I'm gonna test it out. I don't know what I want to test it out for. I want to test it out. See if I can break these questions into different themes. I think cahoots will go through real well as well. Will really go through well. I really think cahoots will go through well for some reason. I don't know why. I just really think cahoots will go through well. Because then nobody can bring out answers. Everybody would be there competing like, oh shit. Like she really making me, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So yeah, we definitely gonna put them onto the cahoots. All right, let's go ahead and leave football for a little while, right? And let's get into some UFC. We got a little bit of time before we have to take a break. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. We have to take our last break, our only break that we've taken today. All right, so we have to take a break. This is not even a Blue Chew break, right? This has to be an Army break. And well, you know what? Let me give you guys the Blue Chew promo code. So if you guys are watching, what's going on? What's going on? How you doing? See you, Diggs. Yeah, I think we're gonna take that break now. And because you guys know that we have to take a break at around the 2-hour mark. I have to take a hard break. We have to switch out one of our feeds. Everybody listening on the call-in line, right? Even though you haven't called in yet, but I do see in the call line, you guys are about to lose us. We're gonna switch over to feeds, but you guys are professionals. You guys know how this works already, right? You're gonna be switched over to There's a new feed already waiting for you guys. Go ahead and click onto that new feed, and then you'll be reconnected to the MyT Sports Podcast. We're gonna take ourselves a little quick Army break. Go ahead and replenish your cups. Go ahead and repack your bowls. Go ahead and get your minds back right. Take a little walk. You know what I mean? Take a stretch. Go ahead and take a little dip around the pool real quick, and we will be back in just a moment.
They didn't join this team to win championships or become famous. They joined because there is important work to be done, and only some able to do it. They are brighter, better educated, led, and equipped than any team in history. They are doctors, lawyers, engineers, technologists, and combat troops, all prepared for whatever comes their way. You'll find them where the lights don't flash, and the only contract they sign is with themselves and their country. One day, they may be asked what they did to make a difference in this world, and they can respond, I became a soldier. They didn't join this team to win championships or become famous. They joined because there is important work to be done, and only some able to do it. They are brighter, better educated, led, and equipped than any team in history. They are doctors, lawyers, engineers, technologists, and combat troops, all prepared for whatever comes their way. You'll find them where the lights don't flash, and the only contract they sign is with themselves and their country. One day, they may be asked what they did to make a difference in this world, and they can respond, I became a soldier.
Bullet, 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 bullet. No, well, my bad. Welcome back to My Sports Podcast. So you host again, my one and only talking to my Taylor. All right. So where we left off at. Okay. So we're switching off from football a little bit. We'll come back. We'll talk about football again. All right. Let's talk some UFC. All right. I don't know if you guys have been here. This is just UFC news has been going on recently. Dana White, UFC, they were supposed to be in negotiations. They were in negotiations with their heavyweight champion Francis. I always fuck up his name. I hear it in my head. Nagano, Nagawa, Nagano, whatever. Right? But they was in contract. They was in contract talks with him. Right? You guys know him, the heavyweight champ. Right? Power in both hands. Like basically, he's like the Tyson of the octagon. And they couldn't come to a contract agreement, and they're starting now to leak some details from both sides, right? and I can't really say leak. Dana White is not ever really been the kind of person to leak information. He just kind of comes up there on the podium one day and just kind of tells you what was out there. What was leaked was what Ngannou wanted, right? What Francis wanted, and that was that he was looking for health insurance, health benefits for them, and also trying to get like a player's rep, like a player's advocate to help look over contracts. You know what I mean? Like be a liaison, like basically having a representative within the UFC, like for that. And they heard that was what was turned down. Basically, the UFC looked at it like it was a slap in the face and said, "Yo, this is not how we function. We don't do business like that. Now we're trying to make you the highest paid heavyweight champion ever, higher than Brock Lesnar, higher than John Jones, higher than Cormier, higher than all them cats. We're going to make you the highest paid heavyweight. So you either want to be the highest paid heavyweight or you don't want to be here. All those benefits and trying to empower your fellow man and not just thinking about yourself. Like, we don't want that shit. You want this money, like, so you can be the biggest guy ever paid? Or do you not want this money? Like, fuck everybody else. Fuck a player advocate. Like fuck somebody that can help talk and negotiate contracts with you guys and look over it and compare. Like, fuck all that. Like, fuck health insurance so you guys can try to keep yourselves better. Even after you. So like, we don't do that. I'm not trying to get you guys better. I'm trying to just give you money now. And that's it. Do it what you want. You know. And they had to put ways. Well, that's all it is. Like they end up putting ways. And now you hear that they're probably gonna make steroid user John Jones champion, possibly. But remember, even John Jones stepped away from the UFC for a while because of alleged contract and money issues. So like, this isn't anything new that we hear talked about the UFC. You constantly hear one of the pallbearers. I mean, the Paul brothers. Right? You hear about one of the Paul brothers. They always go after Dana White about his pay as well. Not just something just to do just to throw shit at him, but to honestly pull like, yo, I got a lot of your people complaining to me about this. Somebody needs to talk about this. Who has enough of a follower and isn't scared to take on Dana White, and that's what they took on. I know a lot of people don't like the Paul boys, but you know they do a lot for their sports. This isn't like the first match. The first batch I spiked. You taste the difference now. That one could use some lean in it. You know, I need to spike it. He's a kick. You know, Fist of Fury. Sorry, I'm over here watching this Oklahoma City and Sacramento. Okay, let's continue. Now, the fact that the UFC found out like it was a slap in the face makes me wonder if that was also the same day that Dana White decided to box his wife, right? Or for slap his wife, right? Like I wonder if that was the same day that happened. Like, hey, you know what? You know, I didn't like how this contract negotiations was going on. He's in a foul mood all day. His wife comes here and be like, hey, you know what? I'm sorry, I didn't fluff your pillow. I didn't make your favorite meal today. He's like, what? You know, 1938 style. Like, what? Like, dinner's lukewarm? No. No. you know that I said in jest. We saw what happened. We saw part of what happened. Right? I still don't know if it's everything or not, but we saw that she attacked him and he retaliated like a monster. You know, not holding his cool. Is Dana White's hands not certified? Is Dana White and Dana White is right. For the rest of his days, he's gonna have to live his life with people like me or whosoever making jokes about him. And I guarantee you, in somebody's comedy special, Dana White is going to be in there. Right? It's going to be in there for a while. There's going to be a Dana White skit that also we have a UFC 325, and in this fight we have a special fight, folks. It's going to be Dana White versus Mrs. White over the temperature of dinner. Right? Like somebody is going to come out there and make fun of it. So he's right. He does have to live with that stigma for the rest of his life. When he asks, "Oh, are you going to step down?" But you know what that also does, though. All right? Because he's like, "Look, it doesn't hurt me. It hurts the business. It hurts you, and it hurts the business. It does both." It's going to make it real hard for him to try to punish somebody the next time this happens, one of his fighters, and I wonder how that's going to go. I wonder how that's gonna go the next time that one of his fighters comes out with, and there's a domestic violence tape on them, or a complaint, or charges filed. Next time you see one of the UFC fighters have that on them, exactly how is the UFC gonna treat that? Because right now their policy is zero tolerance, but when it came to Dana White, they would tolerate like a motherfucker. And they basically said, well, you know, like that's not really punishing me. That's punishing the company. Like my punishment now is that I have to be here and I have to live with the stigma the rest of my life. Well, you're gonna live with the stigma the rest of your life. Either way, whether you were the voice of this of UFC or not. But it definitely does hurt you to not have that platform anymore and have those benefits. Does it also possibly hurt the company? Yeah, it possibly hurts them too. But they can find another you. And if they can't find another you, they can find 5 guys to do what you do and pay less. You know. And Dana White's the fighter of punishing authority on that, right? He ain't gonna fire himself. He'll do what NFL owners do. I'm gonna find myself $1 million and I'm gonna take some time away from the team. Yeah, I know how this is. You know how that should go. Like you know how that should go. So no, I really wonder if those two things happened on the same day for him to be so wildly triggered that he would start swinging on his wife over some petty shit. Whatever it was petty. Now, obviously, right, while he's taking his stance, his wife's going to take like, well, I hit him first. You know, we were both hitting each other, you know, because she ain't trying to go through that process either. Like, she knows where her cash cow is at. She knows where her bread is buttered. Right? She ain't trying to, like, it's like how Dana White ain't trying to fire himself from the UFC. She ain't trying to fire herself from Dana White. Shit. We can all work this out. Me, you, the company, the battalion, Marty, the janitor, we could all work this out. The Nebraska precinct or whatever the precinct is where the chick was running the train on everybody. Like that, you know what I mean? Like, well, we could work this out. Ooh. Ooh. Now, it's also very interesting, right? That all around the same time that this is happening, right? The whole slapping of the wife, he loses his money draw heavyweight. But am I correct in hearing this? Wait a minute, let me make sure, right? Let me make sure that yep, okay. Heard this right. Now, it's funny that, like I said, he loses his heavyweight. He gets into this whole issue with his wife where he's boxing her up, slapping her around. But also, he has this whole new slap league that has come out. I wonder where his motivation has come from lately. Right? But have you seen the slap league? Have you seen this slap league? This is one of the few leagues where you can really be like, yo, the winner never looks like the winner. But boy, when them people lose, they lose it. Oh man, did you see? Did you see recently? And sometimes I'm looking at these things and I'm wondering to myself, is this real? Is this like right now? I'm like, because I wondered to myself, or is this one of those things that was on the Ocho back in the day and we kind of forgot about and it's resurfacing now? But man, I had so many questions initially. Sizing each other up like this is really for people that can't fight, but I know I got a mean swing on me. But yo, I know. Listen, some of these women be funny because their slaps don't be worth shit. But man, when you have some of these bona fide slappers that know how to put their hip into it, right, and really catch you with the right, and make sure that it's not just all fingers, but it's definitely part of this meat right here, right across there. You know what I mean? They be, you understand? Like you be having ears ruptured. That's the reason that they put earplugs in there so they can hopefully lessen the impact of ruptured ears, because they learned very early that people was catching them with long ass fingers, and next thing you know, right in the ear, like sorry, my sinus is starting to act up. So I don't know if you've seen it, like we've seen one shorty recently that she got hit and she lost her composure, tried to get up, did a forward cartwheel, stood up, started walking. They were like, nah, get her. I was like, yo. Then this other dude, oh my God, he was the winner. I don't even know these guys' names, but he was the winner. His first slap was kind of fugazi, right? Like, right? So they're like, okay, whatever. And he looked soft, like looked like there wasn't enough there. Then he took his slap, and immediately after he took his slap, his whole face was like he took a Novocaine shot to the jaw. His whole face just puffed up and just automatically started just drooping, right? But his next hit caught Buddy, and Buddy lost all of his feet, just straight down like a collapsed building. I almost used a famous name to identify which collapsed building. That would not have been good. But he fell like a collapsed building, just crumbled in himself. Like, damn, Daniel! You got knocked the fuck out, Daniel. Like, hey, yo. Like, woo! The slap league is for real. We're gonna take a sidebar, right? I'm gonna talk to you guys about this earlier. Remember we was watching Atlanta during the Knicks and the Hawks game. During their breaks, right? They had a couple of contests. One of them was and I'm adding this to the trivia. So if anybody's watching that comes to Sharkey's on Wednesday, when we do our show live, and we have our MyT trivia segment at 10:37. This is gonna be one of the questions in there. And they asked this dude, you had to answer it in 24 seconds. Name a sport that you use a ball to play. I know, right? And that was his question. And all he really had to do was just come up with a better time than another Atlanta Hawks player. And I think Buddy ended up naming 12, and the NBA player named 8, and he ended up winning a pair of Trae Young 2s, right? Now, I think now at halftime, they went for the half-court shot. I think it was half-court shot. And if he won, dude was going to get $10,000 a week, I think like 3 days, 4 nights, one like little package at a hotel, and also dinner somewhere. And they were like, "Oh, what you gonna do if you win?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna save some and then make some personal investments." And they was like, "Oh, look at you saving in personal investments. Somebody be responsible." Like, whoa, he said personal investments. You know what personal investments could be? Hey, I'm gonna take 5,000 of this motherfucker, and I'm gonna flip it, and I'm gonna work on my mixtape. That's a personal investment. Or I'm gonna take this $5,000 and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get myself that. I work on the driveway like I was supposed to. Like it's gonna be something like that. Or listen, I'm gonna use this $5,000 and I'm gonna use this so I can start getting some weed, and so I can start selling weed now. Like, but that was $5,000. I'm gonna invest. But so when they say personal investment, because saving and personal investments to me say the same thing twice. I'm sorry. I'm gonna save some. I'm gonna make some personal investments. Personal investment, I'm investing into me personally. Like if I say, I'm gonna save some and make a personal investment, means that I'm probably gonna upgrade my podcast equipment, maybe pay off a credit card, but I didn't want to say pay off a credit card or like look at personal investment. You know what I mean? Or I could be taking half to buy weed and finally start my weed organization. You know what I'm saying? Or take that $5,000 honestly and buy into DJ equipment. It's something like that, like personal investment, investing into himself personally. Because saying saving and personal investment to me is really the same thing twice. It's like saying like, yeah, she got some real DSL lips. Like what? Like yo, why? Okay, you guys know what I'm saying. Now, let's move back to football for a little bit, if you don't mind, because the rookie of the year odds have come out recently, right? And if you're a New Yorker, you're kind of happy. You're kind of happy. Now, let's go ahead and give an honorable mention to Kalen Thibodeau, right? Because he came in, he's right now sitting about in like the 10th spot in the voting, right? Or candidate, I should say. So let's give him a little bit of love. No? Okay, fine. Fuck it. So let's actually talk about the people we want to talk about then. And that's actually people in our top 5. In the top 5, at number 5, you have one Ahmad. Ahmad Sauce Gordon. Now he gets that love. Whoa, buddy. Hey. I don't know. Now that's not the kind of love he's going to get here. You understand what it means? That at number 5, he is the first Jet to appear in the top 5 for Rookie of the Year voting. Oh yeah, let's give him some real love. So at number 5, Ahmad Sauce Gordon, cornerback, New York Jets. And number 4, Christian Watson, wide receiver, Green Bay Packers. They started that run that they had at the end of the season was Aaron Rodgers finally clicking with those 2 young wide receivers. I think number 18, number 13. And this is the result that you saw out of it with them finally clicking it, is Christian Woods being number 4 on the list. Full rookie of the year at the wide receiver position. The number 3 position the number 3 spot kind of baffled me, but number 3. We have quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. Yeah. Brock Purdy. And the thing about it, Brock is still playing. Let me see it. Sauce ain't playing.
You have failed this city.
Christian ain't playing.
You have failed this city.
But Brock, oh no, Brock is playing. Number 2, running back out of Seattle, Kenneth Walker. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you've been paying attention, you know what that means. You know what that means. Number 1, wide receiver for the New York Football Jets. We have the now one and only second wide receiver on this board now, but the number 1 wide receiver on this board with no true quarterback to pass on the ball. Garrett Wilson. Hey, it's the unicycle bowl lady. I haven't seen her in a while. I haven't seen she don't be in the Gordon. I haven't seen her in the Gordon in a while. Or she was dropping shit in the Gordon. She's still getting nervous, but I like still to get into. They boo you in New York fashion. So there it goes, folks. We have Garrett Wilson, we have Kenneth Walker, Brock Purdy, Christian Wilson, and Amar Sauce Gardner as the top 5 candidates for Rookie of the Year. And it was very possible the Jets could have had 3. And in the top 5, that is. And he would have been the number 1. Oh, they showing Chris Webber in old Washington Wizards games, but it's when they were Bullets. You don't even show him in his Golden State days. Let's see, which day is this? This is Charlotte versus Sacramento. This is Sacramento days. Who's Sacramento playing right now? No, playing Washington. Behind the back to Vlade Divac as he cuts. This is Sacramento versus the LA Lakers. Vlade top of the key, shoots, misses. Chris Webber catches, tips it, and goes in. Is this Shaq and them boys? I see Robert Ory. Who was that? Oh, is that Jordan Robinson? Oh wait! Oh no! They all show Golden State highlights. Oh, they show Golden State highlights when he posted by Mark Jackson. Oh man, y'all Golden State one was the one because he played there for one. That's a trivia question too. He played there for 1 year, and then he made his way over. Wait, is it there? Yeah, he played in Golden State for 1 year, and after that he made his way over to. Why do you keep thinking he was 1 year in Philly? Hold on. I gotta remind myself. Who drafted Chris Webber? I know, right? That's funny. Okay, let's see. Chris Webber drafted number 1 overall. No, okay, there we go. It was Orlando. Okay, that's who it was. It was Orlando. He also played for the Washington Bullets, Philly, and Detroit. Okay, I don't know why. I knew he. Okay. Why didn't they play? Wait, why didn't they put Golden State on here? Cause they showing Golden State highlights right now. It was his Warrior days. I'm gonna have to look up his whole entire career path and see exactly where he was from year to year. Because I guess that's where I can't remember anymore. Let's take a look. Okay, so wait, damn it, I just lost it. But I think they're trying to give me. All right, here we go. Okay, so drafted by Orlando, for number 1 pick. Is that who it is? Drafted by. Hey, let's go back. Yeah, drafted by Orlando, and then sent over immediately because he didn't want to play there. And then that's when you get Golden State, and then Washington. Golden State still for only 1 year. Okay, that's what we played for 1 year. Drafted by Orlando, immediately traded, played for Golden State for 1 year, bounced. Goes to Washington, plays there for 4, bounces. Goes to Sacramento, gives them 7, and then he comes off for 2 for Philly. And then the Detroit is basically he was done. And I went back to Golden State in 2008. But Jesus, look at this career though. This is why he's a bona fide Hall of Famer even without the rings. 5-time All-Star, All NBA first team, 3-time NBA second team, All third NBA third team, NBA Rookie of the Year, All NBA Rookie Team, NBA Rebound Leader. His number 4 is retired by the Sacramento Kings. I didn't know the Sacramento Kings retired his number, but it would be deserving. I could see them definitely doing that. It sucks how he still hasn't like mended that beef that he's had with Jalen Rose and the Fab Five and that whole entire issue. How they're still not talking. Like, especially now that the NIL is out now, and you know now that the university has been in the wrong for all this, right? Listen, it's always good. Oh, university is always wrong. University is always wrong. Let's move on. I don't want to dwell too much on this one. But Rookie of the Year, the New York Jets could have had 3 players for in the top 5. And the other missing piece probably would have been the number 1 vote getter, even above Sauce Gardner. I'm telling you, Sauce Gardner probably would have ended up dropping a 3 because of this, or end up becoming the second wide receiver on this board because of this. Because if Breece Hall was still in the game, right, and or hadn't got injured, then you're talking about him being the rookie of the year. So maybe Sauce is still there in number 2 or number 3, but you know how people get, right? How it starts to get looked at by the narrative makers. They would have just felt the need to have to drop Sauce just a little bit. They probably would have put him right beside, right? If you would have had where is he at? Christian Wilson right at number 2, then they would have definitely have put Sauce at number 3. They would have always kept them in one spot proximity of each other. I'm telling you, they would have. Sauce wasn't gonna get that number 2 spot. He probably would have got the number 3. But that just means that oh wait, I'm saying best backwards too. Right? Actually, and what I'm thinking about is Garrett Wilson, right? But you know what? Because I'm thinking Sauce would have still been in it. They still would have found Sauce to be in it. And I'm looking at my list backwards because Christian Watson was number 4. So Christian Watson's number 4. They would have found a way. I don't know. I'm telling you, they would have found a way that Garrett Wilson would end up being like number 3. Like I said, they would have kept them in a 1-point proximity of each other. Sauce is still making it though. I'm telling you right now, they still gonna put Sauce in that top 5. Based off what he did, they still would have put Sauce in that top 5. He probably, you know what would have happened? Like Christian Watson probably may end up being number 5, or they put Garrett at number 5, right? Because his production just would have went down if Breece Hall was there. That's also what I'm taking into consideration. That's the reason why he dropped so low. While Christian Watson would have still been number 4, you would have had Sauce at number 3. I don't know how Brock Purdy even made it in there. Kenneth Walker at number 2, and then you'll have Breece Hall at number 1. Like that's probably how this would have played out if Breece Hall did not get injured. But this is also tells you how promising and how bright the Jets' future is, and they still have the opportunity to get better if they need to. But if they don't use those draft picks to get better through the draft, there are still players out there. There's quarterbacks out there that you could still possibly get. Remember, right? I know right now you're starting to see talks. You've heard rumblings. You've had to hear enough of this by now, right? There's a lot of rumors going around about Lamar Jackson's possibly free agency, and I'm telling you guys, and I know I saw last bit of information I saw from is that Lamar Jackson is going to be involved in the offensive coordinator hiring. Remember, Baltimore recently fired their offensive coordinator, as I mentioned earlier, as did the New York Jets, as did the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who else was it? Did the Giants fire their? No, they're not either. Tampa Bay Jets. I will think about it if it comes up. Arizona, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So offensive coordinator jobs are opening up. And listen, if I'm a Jets fan, I don't mind at all. I don't mind at all getting Brian Leftwich. I'm telling you right now, I don't mind it. Like he looks like the kind of guy that Rob Salah can definitely work with and get behind, and also be an extension of possibly his mindset, and really get that conveyed over on the offensive end of the ball, especially with the talent that they have. Now, there's a lot of names being floated around for the Jets because obviously, as it currently stands right now, right? As you know, let's I was gonna do a little 305 in my city, but you know, you guys get it, you get it. The rumors are the New York Jets aren't going to be bringing back their quarterback Zach Wilson, so he may not. Actually, no, I'm lying. Actually, the last update I heard, they probably are going to bring him back just because it's just financially responsible too, unless they get something for him. Or, obviously, unless they can move him. But as it currently stands right now, he's coming back. But there are rumors now to start to spread about possibly getting Lamar Jackson. And I this is what makes these questions great, right? Or these topics great because they're polarizing immediately. You get the, oh, I don't want him. I don't know if I want to pay. If I want to pay 45. If I want to pay $45 million, $50 million or whatever it is for him. Let's see, 8 o'clock. Let me check the ticket first before I even respond. So it gets polarizing because there really is obviously a group here that says they don't want Lamar because they don't want to pay somebody like Lamar all that money. And I really don't understand it. They get caught up on the money as if this isn't just the money that people get at their position at this time. Like, I'm sorry, out of a lot of the names that they're mentioning, all of these guys are going to cost something, right? There isn't a name out there that they haven't mentioned outside of possibly no even him. There isn't a name that they haven't mentioned that isn't going to cost them at least $40 million or 3 number ones. There isn't an option for it. So I ask you, right? Because do you want Lamar Jackson? Do you want to pay Lamar Jackson his 50 mil? Or would you rather pay Derek Carr 40 mil? Like, what are you trying to say here? 10 mil because, like, oh, I don't know if I want to pay somebody all that, but it's $10 million to have a better athlete and a better option at winning and also a big-time personality and a big-time draw in New York. You know how we like to say that shit in New York. You know how much we love that box office guy in New York. This is like getting Vic in his prime. If you're worried about the health of Lamar Jackson, okay, do you want to pay Jimmy G $50 million for him not to be healthy? I said, like, you can look. See, this is one of those times where let's honestly take everybody. There's rumors going around Lamar Jackson. Let's start weighing the pros and cons about Lamar Jackson. And there's pros and cons for everybody. But for Lamar Jackson, you're talking about giving away 3, possibly, because, you're going to have to trade for him and sign him. So you're talking 3 first-round picks and then re-sign him for $50 million. Guaranteed. For 5 years. So $250 million. Guaranteed. You understand? Right? Or you can try to get Tom Brady for 1 year and be back in the same position where you need a quarterback, and then next year there's not where there was, instead of having being an opportunity where there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and if you add Tom Brady, out of the 8 quarterbacks, when you was in a pool that had 8 quarterbacks, this time around you get Tom Brady. He's only half a good for half of 1 year, and then you have to move on the next year. Now you don't have these kind of options available for you. Nah, you can miss me with that one. It's also the same reason why I don't want an Aaron Rodgers. Sorry, I'm thinking about something. I'm gonna have to have a conversation because I'm getting questions about something. I'm like, where have you been this whole week? We've discussed this already. I even gave you pickup times and everything. Jesus Christ. What happened to the 21st? I'm free. I'm gonna pick you up at 6. Okay, whatever. I'm getting annoyed. Who's it's my sippy set. So I feel the same way I feel about Tom Brady is also the same way I feel about Aaron Rodgers. You can get yourself a 2-year fix and be in the same exact spot and have gone absolutely nowhere over those 2 years. Or you can actually try to get somebody that can give you some kind of stability for the next 5 years. So yeah, give me Lamar. I'm like, listen, if Baltimore is playing around with Lamar and don't want to give him that dough, yo, Woody, like go open up that bank book and go and do what New York owners do or owners in big markets do and open up that book and get some guaranteed money for a box office star because guys like this don't come around. And really all you're doing, like, you guys don't realize it, right? This is basically like would have said that, you know what, we finally got Zach Wilson to where we wanted to be, to the point where we could pay him $50 million. Because guess what? If Zach Wilson pans out to be a good starting quarterback in this league, when it comes time to pay him, we're going to end up paying him $50 million. Just say, you guys forget how often this money inflates. Yesterday's price isn't today's price. You guys too often hear $50 million, and you remember $50 million from when you was a kid. Or you just think like, man, that's a lot of money just to pay one. Think compared to the salary cap and everything else and all the other positions and how you can maneuver money and back end and low end, you know what I mean? Like front load and back load money and guarantee and play around with, and play around with the bonuses. Nah, stop it right now. Your thought process is antiquated. I hate to say this to you, right? But I'm saying this with the utmost respect, because I want you to think. I want to help you think about it a little bit more realistically. Now, there's some other names out there. There's Derek Carr. Again, who would you rather pay? You want to have your faith in Derek Carr for the next 5 years, or if you're gonna remember, none of these guys are perfect. That's the best thing about it. None of these guys are perfect. All of these guys have flaws. So if you're gonna have a flaw, who's the best person to get with the flaw? Give me Lamar. Oh, he's always injured. He runs too much. He hasn't gotten hurt running. He took those blows in the pocket. They can't say like, oh, well, the percentage went up because he was a runner. No, he was sitting right there in the pocket and got injured like Tom Brady got injured. You just see him all the time, but he don't take big hits. He's not RG3. There's another name out there. There's a couple other names out there. There's also Jimmy G. Again, you would just complain if you're complaining about injuries with Lamar Jackson. And what about Jimmy G? What about Derek Carr? These guys can't stay on the field either. Can't stay on the court either. Field. Sorry. Had it right the first time. And then there's the other two names that kind of lurked around. I know I said there was two more. About 2 names that really lurk around. There's one I skipped over. Rightfully so. There's also recently been rumored that Ryan Tannehill may be in that mix as well. Don't want mediocre Ryan Tannehill. What for? If I'm gonna have to pay somebody, what you talking about? Oh, because I can pay him 35. No, I'm sorry. I'd rather give Lamar 50. Because not only is Lamar the better athlete and give me a better chance to win, he's also gonna put more butts in those seats whether we win or lose. He's gonna get a few. He's gonna be a little bit more marketable than Tannehill and Carr. You understand? He's gonna talk to the more than let's get it for real. Let's get it for real. Lamar Jackson talks to the youth. And those are the people that you're trying to get up here. You want young people to be excited, to be Jets fans, to want to buy into them. No young people's gonna be excited about Ryan Tannehill. No young people's gonna be excited about Derek Carr. You may get a few that may be excited about Jimmy G, maybe. You know what I mean? You understand? You'll get some people that'll follow you for a year or two for Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, but they'll quickly leave. You want young, inspirational fans looking at one of the culture setters in the league on your team, and that's what Lamar is. So don't get it twisted. Let's get this. Like, that's somebody to go after. Other guy, it's probably going to cost the same amount it's going to cost to get Lamar Jackson. In regards of draft picks and possibly future pay when you re-sign him, Justin Fields. If there's a rumor that Justin Fields is available in any way, shape, or form, you go get him. Now, Baltimore's tough for me because I don't believe that Baltimore is that much of a dysfunctional franchise to lose out on Lamar Jackson. I don't believe that. But they may have just strained and stained that relationship that they have. And Lamar Jackson may just decide to walk. And that's a different issue. Now, when it comes to Justin Fields in Chicago's just a bad organization. And they may just fuck shit up. You understand? Like you understand? Like, they just may make a mistake just because they're them. And if you catch them slipping, well, there goes off night. My boy, Davian Mitchell. Right? Ooh. They both slipped, though. All right, so that's the other guy. So if out of all of these names, what's that? Like I said, make sure we get this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 names. There's only 2 guys I really want here, and that's either Lamar Jackson or Justin Fields. If you can find a way to get those 2 guys, you get those 2 guys. If it costs 3 first-round picks, and you give them 3 first-round picks, if it's going to cost you to give them $50 million a year once you re-sign either one of them, then you give them that. Okay, Justin Fields, I think you have a little bit more time on him, right? I think you have a little bit more time on him, and you can actually wait to pay him probably 1 more year. Right? You don't have to do it this year. You can probably get away with playing him this year with this squad on this contract and then pay him the year afterwards. But tighten up, and when you get the opportunity, like you lock him up quickly because that's what you want to do, right? Like, honestly and seriously, that's what you want to do. What Baltimore did is that they played themselves. Like they seriously played themselves. Like, honestly, you know what they did?
You have failed this city.
They failed their city because they should have signed Lamar Jackson dumb early to his contract, like everybody else did. Get him locked up early in that 3rd year or so. Now you're waiting this year 5, year 6. How long it's been? It feels like forever now. And now what's happening? The price just keeps going up and up and up and up because he is one of the upper half quarterbacks in this league. He's one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in this league, right? And on top of it, natural inflation, as long as he keeps himself in that upper 10, that upper 5, natural inflation is going to say that, hey, you know what? When you could have gotten away with 40 mil, now that ain't going to happen. Now you're going to have to try to get to 50 mil. And you extend, now you have to go to 55. Then you have to go, you understand, it just keeps going up because of natural salary. The salary cap in the NFL these days do not go down. Everybody keeps holding up. And listen, it's working well in Lamar Jackson's favor. Because everybody that gets paid, everybody that gets money, everybody that gets their $245, their $235, their $250, makes him come back and say, okay, I want $275. Fully G'd up. Let's start working there. So it's great. Like if he's available, I definitely want to go. I definitely want him. I want those two guys. Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields. If they become available, you go grab them. And you know what? I have 7 people, not 8. It's 7. I have Justin and I have Fields. It's a big on this Friday. We about to be cutting this out. So what time did we start? At 11. So yeah, that's why we're about to finish at 12. So you know what? So we talked in Baltimore, right? I was like I said, they basically lost because of a goal line stuff. Miami got their butt whooped, but you know, you had a nice little scuffle along with it. You had the New York teams also come and join the party as well. The Minnesota Vikings lost to the New York Giants 24-31. And I know you could say like, hey, you know, Kirk Cousins ain't. No, I'm sorry, Kirk. Kind of knew this was going to get here. Kind of knew this is how things was going to turn out. Sorry things had to be like this. Sorry, B. Tried to warn you. New York Giants win that one 31-24, while Miami loses their game to Buffalo 31-34. So both New York teams go ahead and advance. Out of the 3 Florida teams, the only one that remains was Jacksonville Jaguars, and that sets us up for the divisional round of the NFL, where we have Jacksonville taking on Kansas City, Baltimore. We got Dallas. I really don't like talking about Dallas. Yeah, I'm gonna stop mentioning their name until their own announces slavery. I know I give them a couple passes on your podcast, but that really didn't even sit well with me then. So the team I will not mention until their own denounces racism. My bad. Then we have the San Francisco. They're taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And also we have Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New York Giants, and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Buffalo Bills, which has slowly turned into one of the good rivalries in the NFL, or one of the must-see rivalries, I should say, in the NFL. It's just trifecta of them. In Cincinnati, Buffalo, and Kansas City. When those 3 teams play, you listen. And then behind them is everybody else filling in the room. But we got some games here. We really do have some games here. Wild Card Weekend was wild too. Like, you had to just watch it. It was wild. But here it goes. Right? The Elite 8, that's going to take us to the Final 4. Right? You win this, you're 1 game away from the Super Bowl. In the red corner, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know if this is chalk or not, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to call it, right? But I am gonna go ahead and pick Kansas City to win this game. Right? We're going with the Kansas City Chiefs over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville Jaguars, they made a good run last week. I don't foresee that happening again. I don't foresee that if they go down to Kansas City early like they did against the Chargers, they're going to be able to come back. That's not going to happen with Kansas City. They have too much Super Bowl. They have too much playoff experience, Super Bowl experience, and also a little bit too much pride, to be honest with you. But if they do manage to beat them, then you add the Jacksonville Jaguars into the list of those guys beefing in the top 3. In 1 year, you say, "Oh man, listen, it's going to put the expectations on them. It's going to put that target immediately on their back." And next year, we're going to be looking forward to those games between Jacksonville and Kansas City. And if we're still looking forward to it next year, then there is definitely going to be verbiage, right, that leaks into right, and rumors that leaks into each locker room, that's going to start making these games get a little bit cheaper. These are going to start being primetime games. They're going to start. These are going to start being talking games. So we going to see. Right, Jacksonville has a big, like, this is the biggest game of Jacksonville's career. Almost every game right now is the biggest game of Trevor Lawrence's career. While for Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick, your end zone is Mahomes. This is just week 21 of the NFL season, and it's another game. But this is one of those another games where we don't play the kick anymore. And if you don't understand that kind of pressure, then you ain't ready to beat us yet. Cincinnati gets that when they play. Buffalo gets that now when they play. Let's see. That's also the other thing. Even in the loss, let's see what Jacksonville takes away from this. Because they can very much easily even out that little trio that I just spoke about earlier and make themselves the fourth team in that equation. In the blue corner, we have that team I'm not referring to. But they used to be a television show back in the soap opera back in the day, right? Taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And right here I'm going San Francisco 49ers. I know you're wondering, like, when is this pretty good Cinderella story going to end? I don't know. But that means I also don't want to see it end either. San Francisco 49ers have been here a bunch of times, right? While the Dallas Cowboys have... While the soap opera team... I think I like that. I think I like that name better. That's exactly what they are. While the soap opera team, or the team I won't talk about until their owner denounces racism. But the soap opera team, they normally get here and always struggle, right? It's always... It's that you just always know that they're going to crumble at some point. And the shocker here, it won't be in the championship championship round when they play either Philly or the Giants. You guess that division rival game? No. It'll be against the number 3 in the Rookie of the Year voting, or the third place vote getter so far in the rookie, or the third candidate in the Rookie of the Year voting, with rookie quarterback. What's his name? Josh? Jake? Harold? Brock Purdy. Harold. Oh, man. So I'm definitely going to go San Francisco for this one. Let's see how much time we have left. Oh, we got plenty of time. No, I'm joking. Where is it at? I didn't put it up yet. We got plenty of time. Now, back in the red corner, which is probably the hardest one for me to probably pick, is Cincinnati Bengals versus the Buffalo Bills. And just because Joe Burrow just made it there, right? And we know that Josh Allen boys are still trying to break through. Give me Buffalo to take on Kansas City. But man, don't you kind of want to see Cincinnati and Kansas City again? So they can try to get that figured out when it matters the most again. But now give me Kansas City Buffalo. I told you, there's that trifecta of teams right there. Kansas City Buffalo, Cincinnati. You just want to see them in any way, shape, or form. Right? You'd take any one of 3 of those teams matched up together in the AFC Championship. But I'm gonna go Buffalo. They've been here for so long. They've been knocking. I feel like they're the team that the team everybody's kind of just rooting for. Oh, you got this, shorty. You got a little bit more shit, but you got this. Come on, put a little more oomph into that. She got this. She can hit one. I'm telling you, you got this. I knew it. Told you. It's gonna be harder. You don't know how to get that strength up yet, but you'll get this. You gotta fling it. You got this one too. Watch. Ooh. You not gonna give it one last chance? No? Okay. She could have gotten that one more chance. Buckets for bucks. She did good though. She had good form. Like when she got that lineup, like you can see the correction. You can definitely see the correction. Alrighty, let's continue. Okay, so we got like about 10 minutes left into the show. I'm gonna go Buffalo, man. This is the toughest one out of all of them. It really is. It really, really, really is. And it sucks. It really sucks. I I can convince myself to go for both teams. I can talk myself out of going for both teams. This is what makes this matchup so good, so good, so good. But I'm gonna go with Josh Allen. I'm gonna go with Buffalo. I'm gonna go with the New York team. I'm gonna let it sit right there. I'm gonna let the New York factor be my final judgment, and let that be the turkey that hangs over the leg. I just made that shit up. Sounds provocative. Gets the people going. What's that? That's my official 10-minute marker. Okay, perfect. Alrighty. See, I'm gonna go with Buffalo. Then they have the little motivating factor. I forget Buddy's name. Lamar. Lamar. Demar. What's your last name, Demar? Well, let's get your first name here. Demar Hamlin. Right? I know he's trying to get back on the field, but they're gonna have him at least possibly. If they're on the field, they're gonna have him on the sideline. He's gonna be in the locker room. He's gonna be there, part of the motivating factor. I'm gonna go with Buffalo on this one. Hey, listen, if you think that Cincinnati can win this, I'm not gonna argue with you. I may honestly even believe you if you gave me a hard enough conviction pause, but yeah, I'm sorry. It's just not it. Lastly, there is Philly taking on the New York Giants. And the homer in me wants to take the New York Giants. The homer in me really want, like, that's honestly the only reason here. The homer in me, I'm telling you right here, like, Buffalo saying that was just hard for me to bring, and the home thing with having been the deciding factor. Yeah, even with the home thing with this, I don't know if that could be the deciding factor here. The homer in me wants to take the Giants. I like what's going on with the Giants. They also seem to be like hot at the right moment. Like, that's probably the other thing about it, is that they are just they're just been hot at the right moment. And I'm going Giants. I love me some Jalen Hurts. I really do. And I believe that he's going to play this game. If he doesn't, it's a wash. But if he does, it's going to make this game tough. But he's still going to be sensitive. He's still going to be a little bit sore. I don't think he's going to be 100%. If the New York Giants, and obviously they have a defensive rookie on their team that can get after players, right? If they can start getting to Jalen Hurts, start peppering up, start leaning on him, start following him, start putting some weight, even though it's the offhand, just making every little movement uncomfortable, mess with the release just a little bit. I can see this being a problem. Now, Jalen Hurts could also just come out there, be fully healthy, be fully rested, and come out there and fully ball out of control. Gets 300 yards in the air and another 175 on the ground. And then what do the Giants do after that? Nothing. So let's lean towards the Giants, meaning that our matchup that we have right now is San Francisco versus the Giants and the Kansas City versus Buffalo. This is going to get interesting. I tell you right now. Do not let New York be in both championship round games. Things will get very highly interesting around here. But you're going to have to wait to the next show to find that out. Because I'm going to have to wait to the next show to find that out. So let's find this out together. We'll be back on Monday at 8:07-ish p.m. Right? It's a 3-hour show. I don't know why I finished at 2 o'clock. I think I don't got much to do tomorrow. I'm going to wake up and go to the mall. Go look for a new shirt. I'm about to text Shorty back in a second. I was recording. Thank you guys for listening to the Mighty Sports Podcast. I do appreciate you guys giving me your time, your energy, and sharing that with me. Don't forget that you can always call into the podcast. We do have open phone lines. Whether you want to call us on the Podbean app or if you want to call us on Instagram Live, or if you have the personal phone number, you can call us. You can call me on the personal line as well. If you have the behind the scenes channel, you can also join us there as well. We do accept call-ins on the show. We always do welcome it. Everybody else that also shows up every single Wednesday at Sharkey's. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend, enjoy your time. You guys continue to be safe, and we'll see you again next Wednesday. Don't forget your Blue Chew promo code for this week is GSSS. Just go to BlueChew.com and use your promo code of GSSS to get your first order of Blue Chew for free. Yes, folks, we are out of here. We're going away for the evening. We'll be back on Monday night. So listen, you guys continue to grow yourself until you turn yourself into the kind of individual that you would want to work for you. And that once again, it's Tyler Taylor, Mighty Sports Podcast. One last time, I am out here. Get my outro music so I can stop rambling, bitch.